Hello, everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope we're all doing very, very well. Big up to all of you. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Happy Saturday. And we are here after an interesting day of football, a very interesting day of football. We're going to be talking about what we've seen. I mean, I'm acting like I've watched all the games. I only watched the Man City game. I was working prior to that. But obviously, the main focus, we're going to talk about Andrey Santos and the bid that was rejected by Chelsea today from West Ham. West Ham apparently bidded for him. This is according to Vene Casagrande, who is a Brazilian journalist by the looks of it. He looks like a Brazilian journalist. Everything's in Portuguese, so I'm guessing he's Brazilian. And obviously, we'll talk about the Palace game, the toss-in news as well. Plenty to talk about, plenty to go through. If you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel as well. It all helps. It all makes a big difference. I appreciate everyone watching regardless. And listen, let's have a great stream. Let's have a fantastic stream today. We've already got 100. What the fuck? Is that right? Oh, good effort, guys. Good effort. Got 145 people already on YouTube. Goodness, you've surprised me there. That was quick. Let's get straight up to 100 likes. Straight up to 100 likes. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Goodness, that was quick. Fair play. Fair play. Let's go through the comments. We'll run through everything briefly, and then we're going to get straight into the news as well. You've probably noticed there is a green screen behind me. The truth is, I've had this green screen for months. I haven't used it because, to be honest with you, I don't fucking get it. Don't understand how you use a green screen. You'd think that it's really simple and I could just get a background behind me and I wouldn't have to worry about it. You know, I've been practicing all of these things. I even had a picture with Father in the crowd. You can see Father over here giving me the middle finger. But the green screen doesn't work. It doesn't work. So for today, we're just going to have to go void on the green screen. And we're just going to have a green background. But I'm going to figure it out. I will figure it out. And again, you know, we'll sort it out. I'm trying to get better and better with the quality. So I know that's something that a lot of people have mentioned. I am trying. I'm just a bit useless with that stuff. I went filming today. Something not to do with Chelsea Fan TV. I did some camera work, or presenting, I guess I could say. And the guy was with us was like, Alex, I'll hold the camera. And I went, well, how the fuck are you going to do that? He went, well, you can just show me how to use it. What, you think I know how to use the camera? No. I don't know how to use a camera. I know how to speak in front of a camera. But listen, we have a lot going on, people. A lot going on. And it's going to be a great stream, nonetheless. So, yes, you'll get used to the green background. We will update it as time goes on. Big up to everyone watching. As it stands, we have over 350 people on all platforms. 200 on X, about 150 on YouTube. Big up to all of you. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate the message. Justin, good to see you. Maidenhead Fan TV. Bid for who? Oh, shit. I didn't. Sorry, mate. Let me get my titles right. All right. For Andrey Santos, I'll update that now. Andrey Santos, thank you for that. Right, that's been updated. There we go. Awesome. You don't like Maresca. I do like Maresca, actually. Good one, Chelsea, because of Sanchez. Well, that's true last season, correct? I'll give you that. Big up to Harry. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing very well, mate. Andrey Santos. Tosin is out for the Palace game. Yes, we're going to be speaking about Tosin. Big up at Yusuf, feeling confident, 2-1. I have predicted the same thing, so I'm with you there. Injury curse is back. Andrey Santos not for sale. I think people should just hit the like as soon as they walk in so they don't forget. Very good point, Lord Tavistock. Appreciate that. Rubik's, good to see you, mate. Avadeep says the defending needs sorting out badly. The Palace game is looking worrying now. I mean, to be fair, we are going to be speaking about Josh Achimpong as well. It's not just about Andrey Santos. I mean, Achimpong really does come into this conversation, especially with the links to Bournemouth. So plenty to go through there. Yes, they did. According to this journalist, they did. Again, we'll go through it very shortly. Hoping to get rid of Sterling as a matter of priority. We're hemorrhage money on his crazy wages. I was depressed. I missed you and your dad in Atlanta. I was in the VIP with extra tickets, and I didn't see you at the bar. Well, I guess I probably wasn't in the VIP. But hey, next time I come to Atlanta, give me a shout. Big up to young Cuenca. Hope you're doing well. Abdul, we will do a predicted lineup. Don't you worry, we can do that. Although I may do that tomorrow morning. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Becky says, Alex, in my opinion, we have to keep a player instead of letting them go either on loan or permanent deal in this season. So you want to retain most of the players we have. Big up to Jordan. If Santos was a West Ham player, they'd have to make him 80 or 90 million pounds. And yes, they did lose to Sunderland. And for those of you who don't know, I'm obviously Chelsea. That's my dad's side of the family. My mum's side of the family are all Sunderland. So big up the Mackhams. Let's have it. Geordies, we are coming for you. We are coming. I'm very happy. Absolutely chuffed with that result. Very, very happy. You know, a lot of people don't think you can have a second team. I say rubbish. Of course you can have a second team. As long as your number one team overshadows all of those other teams in every single way. I had someone ask me today, if Reading played Chelsea in the Champions League final, who would you support? Obviously, I'm going to support Chelsea, but Reading's just my local and I want them to do well. And then Sunderland, that's the other side of my family. So if you can justify a reason for having another team, then no problem. No problem whatsoever if you can justify it. Eze might not play. I mean, there's links with Tottenham. So again, we don't know if he's going to play. You did me dirty there. Well, I've already answered the question. Bloody kicked myself out of my own studio, didn't I? I'm back. I already answered the question, mate. I already answered it. This is why it's going to be a massive handicap for our season if we don't sign another centre back. I mean, yeah, I mean, if Tosin gets injured, then we have a problem. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. But if you said to me, what's more important right now, a centre back or another winger, I would. Depends who the centre back is. It depends who the centre back is. If it, you know, again, I'd have to know who the centre back is. If it's any old decent centre back, then I'd probably say winger. But if it's exactly the right profile, then I'd say centre back. If you don't mind me asking, how long does it take you to get to Stamford Bridge? Takes me about an hour and a half every match. So yeah, get the train to Paddington and then Paddington to Fulham Broadway. Exactly, mate. Exactly. I'm with you there. Well, I mean, I've only got a curtain here. My house, you know, my flat's not great for recording, but I am going to try and get some better backgrounds, definitely. Would I go Mark Gurhey? Yes, for the right price, definitely. I would. Yeah, I think Mark Gurhey is a good fit for us. Right, let's see what our likes are on. If our likes are good, then I'll get cracking. If we need to get them up a little bit more, then we can wait. We're on 80 on YouTube. Do you know, that's a decent effort. I'll give you that, guys. But we have almost 200 of you. We have 162 people on YouTube. Let's get up to 100, and then I'll get cracking on X as well. Don't think I can't see you. We've got just under 400 of you on X. Smash the like button there. Retweet. It all helps. It all makes a difference. Maresca literally said yesterday, Tosin is the only player we have who can play central centre-back with Cole being out. Again, mate, like I said, if it's the right profile, which is exactly what Maresca said, he wants a certain type of profile, then I agree. But if you're just bringing in another centre-back who's not going to be able to play that way, then I'm not interested. So I want the right profile. Categorically, that is my priority. Get me the right profile. No problem. Garnacho, no Simmons, no problem. But, you know, we want, in an ideal world, we want three, right? We want Garnacho, or I want Garnacho, and Simmons and a centre-back. I mean, that's the dream, isn't it? That's dreamland. But I think we've already done pretty well in that regard. Again, when we talk about Hato, maybe he starts, maybe. Not sure, to be honest with you. He probably will. Yeah, to be fair, he probably will. Yeah, Tossing's not available. So, yeah, that's a fair point. Right, okay. Do you know what? Good effort, guys. Good effort. We'll get straight up. They're almost at 100. Okay, where do we start? Do we just go straight for the big one? Straight in there. Okay, so according to Vene Casagrande, Chelsea have rejected a £45 million offer from West Ham for Andrey Santos. This has come out within the past hour. Very recently, this come out. And listen, I don't think there's any doubt that Andrey Santos is good enough for West Ham. I don't think there's any doubt that this is actually a serious offer from West Ham. I don't look at this the same way as I looked at the Chukwuemeka offer that we had from Borussia Dortmund, which was 15 million plus add-ons and a sell-on clause. They basically told Chelsea that they think we're mugs and they're going to get a player who we rejected a bid of, I think it was 35 or 40 million pounds from AC Milan a year or two ago. And they think that they can just deduct the majority of his value because they think it's the right thing. They think that that's appropriate, heavily inappropriate, and they took the piss. And quite frankly, Chelsea should be insulted. And I think they are insulted based on what we saw in the reports. That's not how this Andrey Santos deal feels. That's not how this rejection feels. This is a respectful offer. It's a fair offer. But I don't think West Ham fully understand the situation that Chelsea are in. And if Chelsea have any sense, then they do exactly what we've done. And we reject that offer of 45 million. We also have to be very concrete in the fact that we're not looking for more money for Santos. We just don't want to sell him. Yeah, it's not a negotiating ploy to try and get a higher fee for a midfielder who's quite frankly not going to be our number one option. Certainly not ahead of Fernandes or Caicedo as it stands right now. But, you know, Andrey Santos is still a top player. He's one of the best players in France, one of the best midfielders in the whole league. In terms of the way he was playing, he was contributing with goals and assists. And on top of that, obviously, doing what a midfielder needs to do anyway and contributing defensively. So when I look at this deal, no surprises, to be honest, as it stands. We then have a little bit more here. Chelsea said to West Ham's board to inform them that the Brazilian player will not leave the team and advise them to abandon the pursuit. Now, I just want to say, I don't have anything, against West Ham trying to get this done. Like, I believe that it's a good signing for West Ham if they can get it, and I don't think they were taking the piss with this offer. I really don't. It's a good profit. Still, 45 million is a good profit. What did we pay for Santos? I mean, God, it was like 15 or something like that. And what was the transfer fee? 23 million euros. So under 20 million pounds. Yeah, piss, absolutely nothing. So, when you're looking at about 25 million pound profit, it's a good profit, right? It's absolutely fine, but you can't justify it. You can't justify it because it weakens our midfield. And to be quite honest, he's worth more than 45 million. But I think that West Ham have genuinely made this offer thinking that there's maybe a chance they can open up a negotiation. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I almost feel sorry for West Ham because they're so desperate. They're so desperate for players. They're so desperate for some quality. And they're knocking on Chelsea's door, trying to experience just 1/10 of the success that we can have. And they think that by having what is currently a rotation option is going to strengthen them. And it's just not going to work. He is too good for you guys. He has too much quality, and we can't afford to lose him at this point in the season. If you sell Santos as well, you have to replace him. You have to replace him. I can't count on Lavia to stay fit throughout the season. I'm unsure about Asugo because I haven't watched him play consistently. I haven't seen Asugo playing in a team that have the ball as much as Chelsea. His last club, was it Las Palmas? They played very defensive. So totally different style for him to adapt to. So when I look at Caicedo and Enzo and I say, right, who's the next best player that I can put in there? Andrey Santos is number one straight away. Don't even have to think about it. It's not even a conversation. And a lot of Chelsea fans will tell you exactly what I've just said there. This is a player that will certainly get opportunities to play for us, just not starting as of yet. So they're absolutely panicking. They're absolutely panicking, West Ham. And they should be panicking. From what I've heard, their business has been shocking. I haven't followed West Ham closely, to be honest with you, but I tune in every now and again to West Ham fan TV and all the rest of it. And all I hear is them complaining. And it makes me smile because they are in the mud. And for once, over the past few years, well, I say the once, that's a bit harsh, but we are on the up. We are not in the mud. And that feels good. That feels very good. Don't sell Santos for any reason. He is a baller. Tom says that reckon Chelsea are going to be secretly unveiling Simmons tomorrow. I don't know about that. Hello, David. Hope you're doing well. Sakil says Santos is proper Chelsea. No to West Ham. Yes. West Ham are heading from the Championship. Why would Santos go there? I think a player like Santos, just to be clear, is actually the difference between a team like West Ham getting relegated or not. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying he's going to be the total package for them. But look at Enzo Fernandez when he come to Chelsea under Potter. We certainly look better. Not saying we won as many games or that many games, but I think Potter does need a strong midfielder to play the way that he wants to play. And I just don't think that West Ham have got it. You're not going to do what you want to do with James Ward-Prowse, I'm afraid. You're going to need a little bit more quality than that. Where are they getting the 45 million for? Yes, they are panicking. Potter's going to get West Ham relegated. Me personally, I don't think Potter's the problem. I think that the recruitment at West Ham has been really, really poor. I wouldn't blame the manager for that. I think David Moyes worked miracles, and I think he's a great manager. I think he'll have a great season at Everton. You watch Everton, they'll be dark horses this season. So, yeah, I mean, let's rate. Guys, let me know in the chat. I mean, give me a number. You must sell Andrey Santos. Hypothetically, you must sell him. What's the number? Genuinely, you must sell him. Is it 60, 50, 70, 80? Are we going above that? Bearing in mind we spent under 20 million. Yeah. So when we price it, I mean, are we pricing this player based on the profit we want to make, or are we pricing him based on the fact that it's just too good an offer to turn down? $70, $65, $60 plus mil. 65 add-ons plus a sell-on clause as well. Becky says, in my opinion, I don't see Santos leaving us. He's going to be Enzo's replacement. Insania says, you don't sell categorically. 30. Wow, that's a bit low, mate. Come on. Andrew says 75. Alex, West Ham can give us that money for Carney. That would be good. And to be fair, I actually think Chukwuemeka would do very well under Potter. But I also remember that, if I'm not wrong, when Potter was at Chelsea, Chukwuemeka didn't get as many minutes I would have hoped he would have. So I'm not sure if that's a player that Potter's particularly keen on. 60 million and a 15% sell-on clause. Wow, I hate it when flies get into my house. 50 million at this market, he should sell for 65 plus add-ons. Roman, lovely. Well, that is good for you, Dean. No, pricing based on what he will offer for many years to come. It is certainly an inflated market. You have to take advantage of it. Sell Enzo, not Santos. 80 plus mil, fair. The window closes at the beginning of September, guys. So interesting getting your thoughts on Andrey Santos. Me personally, I am very much in the camp of do not sell. Do not sell at any price. The only price I would consider, I wouldn't consider selling. I take that back. I wouldn't consider selling. There's no positives from selling Andrey Santos. There is no positives. I almost look at Andrey Santos and say I'd rather get rid of two other midfielders, like, I don't know, let's just say Lavia and Asugo, if I had to pick someone off the top of my head. Still players, that are important to us, but I would say Andrey Santos is probably more important than both of them. Now, Asugo, I could be wrong in underestimating his quality. I don't really want to judge Asugo. So again, it's all hypotheticals coming out. But Andrey Santos, we know exactly what we're getting. We know what we're getting defensively. We know what we're getting in terms of his passing. We know what we're getting in terms of his ability to score goals. And he's just a stable midfielder. He's a quality midfielder, right? He goes in there. You don't worry. He doesn't make you worry. He makes you feel calm. He makes you feel relaxed. He makes you feel like you're in control. And we haven't had any injury problems. So if we're looking at the hierarchy of midfielders, Lavia really could be right at the top in terms of our best, but he's never available. And for that reason, you have to put him down the pecking order. And then Andrey Santos is definitely number 3. So you just don't sell that. You don't sell that. In a lot of ways, he's just as important as anyone else because you're going to have to rotate. You are absolutely going to have to rotate. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. So let me know what you think about that one, guys. It does seem like most people are in the same boat as me, and they don't want to sell Andrey Santos. And to that, I say, good on you. Honestly, good on you. Interesting. We had a post from Xavi Simons. Look who liked it. Joel Hatto liked. Ring, ring. So it'd be interesting to see how that one goes with Xavi Simons. He scored, I think, did he score and get an assist? Is that right? He had a very good game. I got a goal and an assist and man of the match against Sandhausen. Very good. Very good game from Xavi Simons. He looks like he's doing very, very, very well in Leipzig, irrespective of whether he leaves Chelsea ASAP or not. Maresca, a little quote from Maresca. From Fabrizio Romano on Maresca. The message from Maresca is he wants a centre-back. Let's see what Chelsea decides to do. Not in any active talks over a new centre-back, but there are 2 weeks left. But at the moment, it's really quiet. They are happy with the squad that they have. I'll be honest with you guys. I personally don't think we'll get a centre-back. I don't think we'll do it. If Mark Guehi is a genuine option, then okay, I'm open to it. Off the top of my head, I wouldn't be able to tell you if I think he's the profile of a Levi Colwell. That type of player. Maybe some of you can enlighten me in the comments. But if you're just asking me black and white, is he good enough for Chelsea? Clearly, Mark Guehi's good enough for Chelsea. But we have to be very measured with our approach. And don't just spend money for the sake of doing it. I mean, if there's one thing I've learned over the past 3 years of following us, and I've lost my head. I've lost my head at Chelsea Football Club. Everyone knows this. I've had moments where some would say I've embarrassed myself. I personally don't think I've embarrassed myself. I feel like I just laid my heart out when I felt very passionate about certain subjects. And that's how I felt, right? And you're entitled to feel however you want, and you're entitled to have whatever opinion you want. I don't think that the Chelsea fan base should be getting too arsey about this centre-back situation, especially if we're going to target the ownership and the recruitment. I do feel like our business has been that good that you just have to give credit and appreciate that in every relationship, and some of you might be single, some of you might be in relationships, she might cook, she might clean, she might be great in bed, but you know what? She might she might fart. And if you might think that fucking ruins it, but you just have to remember she cooks, she cleans, she's great in bed. But every now and again, she lets out an absolute stinker. And that could be the reality of this window for us. So many positives to look at, so many great things, so many good things. We signed cover before Colwell was injured. We signed Hato. We had that. We have midfield depth coming in with Andrey Santos. We signed Asuga. These are all deals done before the summer anyway, but you have to give credit because they are coming in. They're new additions. Esteval coming in, clear upgrade on Madueke. You've got Jamie Gittins, 2 strikers, Delap and João Pedro. I can't criticize the window. I can't do it. I can't criticize the window. I haven't even mentioned the sales. We sold Madueke for 52 million. We sold Dewsbury Hall for basically what we paid for him. Broha's gone. Ugochukwu's gone. We made £12 million of profit on Bashir Humphreys. The Petrovic deal was a mistake. I'll give you that. The Petrovic deal was a mistake. I don't care what anyone says. That guy is going to be a top goalkeeper, in my opinion. And listen, I could be wrong. But from what I've seen, and a lot of people said he had a really poor game against Liverpool. I think he actually made some great saves. And one of the goals where he looks like he could save it, he was completely blocked off. He couldn't see anything. So very difficult to do well in that scenario. Again, time will tell, right? Time will tell. So if Sanchez has a better season than Petrovic, maybe we can justify that decision. Very difficult for me to see that happening. Yeah, we can say whatever we want. Time will tell. So all in all, I see more positives than negatives in this window. And if there's going to be 2 negatives, not getting a replacement for Colwell, a direct replacement, and the goalkeeping situation, I can live with that. I can live with it. Knowing all of the other good things that we've done with the 2 strikers, the profit that we made from sales, the signings that we brought in, they were intelligent signings. Gittins, we overpaid. I'll probably say we overpaid for João Pedro as well. But again, we paid 100 million for Caicedo and Enzo. If they perform, who cares? So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. And that's my stance on the window. So, yes, Maresca might be a little bit pissed off because one of his best players or most key players is out of the squad. But you can't have everything you want in life. You cannot have everything you want in life. How many of you have written long Christmas lists, wish list for your parents when you were younger, and you only got some of the things you asked for. You didn't get all of them. Many people have had that situation. So Maresca's written it down. Many ticks on there. I think there will be a couple of blanks. Boris did mess with the team. You are correct there. Chelsea are not top 5 on net spend in the Premier League this season, by the way. And again, testament to our business, mate. Testament to our business. A loan deal would make sense, Michael. That's a very good suggestion. We haven't even spoken about that. On a loan deal, I think there's definitely something to be done. I mean, we haven't even spoken about Vega, but that conversation, that chapter is over. That's an emotional thing. That's not anything to do with his footballing ability. From a footballing perspective, I think it would be a great rotation option. But from a personal perspective, Vega is not proper Chelsea. He doesn't want to play for us. He doesn't have the patience. He doesn't have the character. He doesn't have the persistence. So for that reason, he needs to go. Good evening, Philip. Hope you're doing well. Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing you, hopefully, mate. I will be outside Connor Kai, as always. Again, we need the right money to come in if we're going to sell players. These injuries make me think this window is becoming a failure. We need a good foundation to hold the building up. I think we have a good foundation, mate. I think that's a bit harsh. How much is Baleba? I don't think Baleba is better than Santos. We don't have to sell him. At worst, a season-long loan for 10 million with a clause to call him back. Well, Baleba's not for sale. That's what Brighton have said, so that won't happen. Surely you have to acknowledge that we're one injury off a crisis at the back, though, bro. Love the analogy. Well, if Tossin's injured, yeah, there's no doubt that there's definitely a problem there. I mean, I don't dispute that. I don't dispute that at all. Again, when I say that all these things I'm saying, I'm not advocating for Chelsea not signing a centre back. I want another centre back. To be clear, yeah, we should get a centre back. I would like it if we got Garnacho and Simmons, all three of them. So I'm not advocating for us not getting the centre back. All I'm saying is that I don't think Chelsea will do it. I don't think we'll do it. It wouldn't surprise me if we didn't do it. And I think that the amount of quality we have in other areas of the pitch, you know, I don't expect Chelsea to win the title this season. I've never expected it this season, but I expect us to be in the race. And I don't think there seems to be a rush from the club either to be in that conversation. There's no pressure internally. It's all about Champions League and essentially progressing, right? You know, getting quarterfinals in Champions League means more in a lot of ways than winning the Conference League. You can say whatever you want. It's harder to do that than it is to win the Conference League. It means more now to try and get some domestic cups, whether that's an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. And if we can do that and finish in the Champions League, I think that's a successful season. And then next season, as I've said before, if anyone's heard me on TalkSport, that's when we have to be saying, let's wrap it up, guys. Let's get this league done. Because there's only so much building you need before you have to put the cherry on top. And we're still building, clearly. But yes, when it gets to the point where you say we only need one or two positions and we're done, then yeah, that's what we have to do. But we're reliant on sales at the moment. So I think this window is only going to be good in terms of incomings if we can have more outgoings. And that depends on Bayern Munich. That depends on Dortmund. That depends on, you know, other outgoings that could potentially happen. Jonathan Tah would have been a great one. That's true. On a free transfer. That would have made sense. Chris, not a fan of Tah. Are you going to the bridge tomorrow? Yes, I will be there, mate. No, the goal is to win the league, but I don't think the expectation is there. I don't think it's there. I don't expect us to win it. You know, my prediction is third. I think we'll improve. I think we'll improve. You know what? My thing has always been the same, guys. I've never actually... If anyone really watches the way that I talk about Chelsea and football, all I've ever advocated for is for us to improve. If we improve, I'm happy. I can justify what I'm seeing if it's better than what I saw before. Facts. You can never deny improvement. You can never deny it. If it's better, it's better. If it's worse, it's worse. So, again, people question me on a lot of my stances. Why did you back Poch? Because we improved. Why did you U-turn on Maresca when you were calling for his head in March, April? Because we improved. Ultimately, we progressed. I will never deny progression. And so, again, I just want progression. I want progression. Yes, the standard needs to be that we are competing to win the league. But I'm not in this camp of entitlement. I'm not in that camp. I'm not in that camp at all. Sometimes I feel like I am when I've had a few drinks, don't get me wrong, and you're there on a match day and you want the team to perform, but we need to be competing for the league. That is the key word. We need to compete for the league. And if we improve, no problem. But we do need to win trophies, 100%. This season, we need a trophy, Shane. I don't deny that. I don't know if it's a Premier League. I don't know if it's an FA Cup. I don't know if it's a Carabao Cup. I don't know if it's a Champions League. Fuck, who knows? So it could be anything. Have I thought about doing post-match player ratings on Chelsea Fan TV? Many times. Many times. Got to fit it all in, though, man. There's a lot to fit in. So that's the difficult part is fitting it in. Okay, let's move on from that one. Again, we already know this, but we'll recap anyway. Tosin is set to miss the match against Palace as a precautionary measure after he felt a small issue in training. He did not complete Saturday's training session, and the injury is not thought to be serious. That's according to the Times. Do I have to pay for it? Yes, I do. Ugh. God. And Eze is also a doubt. So, hey, by the way, if Eze's not playing, I am supremely confident that we win this game. If Eze's not playing, very confident. It's time to sack Badiashile and Fofana. This club. That's a bit harsh. I mean, by the way, I've been advocating to sell Fofana for probably 8 months. So welcome to the club. I mean, I'll share this one with you. Why not? Just to prove my point. This was in, when was this? When did this get uploaded? Fofana. 27th of January. That's when this short was uploaded. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Fucking 80 million for him.
There's
80 fucking million.
There's
Or a player who's always
there's
injured.
other players I'd rather get rid of. Get rid of Disassi first. You're not going to get 80
Get
million
rid
on
of all of
Badia.
them.
Tossing on
They're
Badia
clearly
Shield
not
is
good
what it
enough.
is.
Fofana is good
Fofana's-
enough.
No, he's
Fofana
not.
is good enough.
He's good
Fofana
enough.
is good.
Oh, my
Fofana is
God.
good enough.
How can you say that he's not?
Mate, if I'm not
He's not
available,
best.
I'm not good enough.
No, that's nonsense.
Forget the
It is not
availability.
Oh, mate, come on.
Well, what ability has he got that isn't good enough?
Yeah,
The ability to
fine.
stay fit.
No,
Yeah, okay.
ability.
Talking
Talk to me.
football-
as
The
football.
ability to
Tell
go
me-
on a football pitch.
Tell me,
tell
The
me-
ability to be available for the next game.
Tell me,
The
footballing
ability
reasons.
to be available in a month,
Football
in
reasons.
2 months,
What?
So there's no-
3
So
months.
you've got
There's
no
no
football,
footballing
no
reasons.
footballing reasons.
There's
why
no
he's not good.
footballing
That's the footballing
No,
reason. He's not
footballing reason.
available.
That's not footballing.
There you go. So anyone tells me that about Fofana, I've said it, and I'll keep saying it. I don't rate that guy. I do not rate him. But I hope he does well when he plays for us. In that sense. But he's always injured. He would leave at the first opportunity if a better club offer came in. That could have been Marseille. That could be Real Madrid, Barcelona, whoever. He's not loyal to Chelsea. He's not. But again, that's just my opinion, guys. What else have we got, guys? What else have we got? So, yes, we know Tosin is not going to be available for this match. So, very intriguing to see what the options are that Maresca is going to come up with. We do have an update regarding the stadium. This is from Chelsea FC. If I'm not wrong, Daniel Finkelstein, who's on the board, he also came out with a statement. I have a feeling that this message I've got in front of me right now is actually him. But I'll double check that. We are encouraging fans to arrive early at Stamford Bridge tomorrow and then take their seats by 1:30 p.m. for a special unveiling ceremony ahead of the players' walkout. It's something not to be missed. Okay, this is different. So the statement from Daniel Finkelstein is totally different. And that is this one here. So he's talking about the digital ticketing system at Chelsea. He said, the new digital ticketing for Chelsea, a big step forward, but can I advise getting to the bridge early on Sunday just to give us the best chance as the new system beds in? Turnstiles open for 90 minutes before kickoff and 50% off drinks for the first hour after that. And then it was a really interesting exchange, which, to be fair, it's worth reading because it is relevant. A fan called Jacob replies saying, Danny, with respect, the new big step forward feels like a big step backwards for many loyal fans. I paid for the True Blue, which is a membership, guys, and ended up 124k in the queue and couldn't get near a ticket, yet they're instantly on resale sites like Vivid Seats at insane prices. Feels like long-time regulars are being pushed aside for tourists and so-called Chelsea YouTubers like Alex Goldberg, who spend big money on merch, food, drinks, hotels, and pump positive propaganda about the owners. This isn't progress. It's pricing out the people who've supported the club week in, week out. The new system is a disgrace. Daniel Finkelstein then responds and said, hi, Jacob. Thanks for sharing your view. I hope you will have seen the club's communications about ticketing and ticket fraud today. One of the things it emphasizes is not to buy tickets unless you can be sure they are genuine club tickets, because lots are being advertised that aren't real. When you were in what seemed like a very long queue for tickets, lots of those were bots, which the club was blocking. Being able to do that is a real advance, which will help our genuine fans. I've been coming to the bridge for more than 50 years, so I understand the value of loyalty and that we really care about that. I would add that we have many dedicated fans on YouTube and around the world, and I wouldn't want to show them disrespect. We like having their backing very much. Jacob then says, thanks, Danny. I do appreciate the club's work tackling fraud and touting. If you check my last pinned tweet, you'll see I played a big role in blah, 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 blah. I think that's it. Is that it? Thanks for doing this. We need everyone's help with this battle. That's basically it, guys. So interesting exchange with Daniel Finkelstein and one of our fans. And to be fair, I think it was a pretty... is that a bit light? I think it's a pretty fair exchange. I don't have an issue with it. I don't have any problems with that. I think it's good that Daniel responded. Big up to Naval Nation. Thank you for the super chat. Is Tosin injured? Yes, but it's like a precautionary problem. It's not a big issue. So he could play against Crystal Palace. It could happen. So nobody's saying that he's not going to play. Well, we know he's not going to play, but it's not because he can't. It's because if we do play him, there's a risk that he can get a more serious injury, and that would cost us in the long term. So we don't want to risk that happening. So again, we could see a number of other different options coming through. We need centre backs anyways. We have enough forwards. Yes, I mean, again, like I will say that I think we need all of it, right? I think that we need centre backs, and I think that we need forwards as well. I think we need both. So I don't know if you were listening earlier. I don't think that the club will do both. I don't think they'll do both. Now, if Maresca is really banging this drum, if he's really going for it behind the scenes and we don't know about it, he's making a real meal out of this situation, saying, I don't want Garnacho, Xavi Simons. I need a centre-back, man. Then maybe we could see some movement. But I don't see the club stopping the negotiations with Simons or Garnacho. In fact, I definitely don't see them stopping the negotiations with Simons because I think that deal is very, very close. With Garnacho, I think that there's really going to be an issue in terms of price. And to be quite frank, I just don't see how... I don't see United going to 30. I don't see us going to 30. But then if that's the case, maybe that gives us more flexibility to take money away from the Garnacho deal and potentially put it towards a centre-back. And then I'm in agreement with that. I mean, I'm in total agreement. So I have no issue with Chelsea going down the route of getting Xavi Simons and obviously using the Garnacho money for a centre-back. No issues with that. But in an ideal world, I want all of it. But that depends on Jackson. It depends on Nkunku. It could depend on Vega. So these are the things we have to think about beforehand. I was worried about this. Better not be a repeat of the 22-23, another 11 out. Yeah. I mean, we struggled, man. We struggled in that season. We had a lot of injuries. And yeah, you would hope that we don't have that problem again. But I don't think we will, because I think that Maresca's management, his style of management is very set on rotation. But again, we saw a situation when we were playing in the Conference League where we had the ability to play totally different squads in the Conference League as opposed to the Premier League. We played different squads in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup compared to the Premier League. And so for those reasons, we never really got to experience rotation at a serious level, because if you do have genuine competitive matches every week, then you're in a situation where you are going to have to start better players. You can't get away with rotating every single aspect of this team. If you had 11 players starting the other day and you changed 9 of them, you're probably going to get punished in the Champions League or in the Prem. So these are the situations that he needs to solve, and the club need to back him so that he's in a position to be able to cope. But I am not in the state of mind to look at the club and say that they've done a poor job. He has been backed. He has been backed, and we've found ourselves in a really, really difficult predicament that we didn't see coming, and now it's here. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. We're going to have to wait. That's the reality of the situation. So again, if you are going to the game, guys, it is recommended that you get into the stadium nice and early. If you like a drink, you'll get a nice cheap 50%. Well, I say cheap. Since when would cheaps drink at Chelsea? I mean, they're absolutely ridiculous. They're super expensive. But, you know, you'll get a discounted price, which means rather than paying an arm and a leg, you only need to pay a leg. So there you go. Thank you, Chelsea, for that. Instead of paying like 20 quid, you might pay a tenner. On a serious note, you'll probably pay like £3.50 or £4, which is a really good price for a beer. So can't deny that that's actually quite good. Right, let's go through some more comments. I love Fofana. He's an incredible footballer, but we can only use him once a season. The other problem is who would buy him considering his injury records and also his wages. You have to put that into consideration as well. Eze, again, potentially not featuring because of Tottenham. What don't you get about Jackson still being here? He's our third choice striker. If we get a good offer, then we're going to accept it. That's not true. Fofana has actually flirted with the idea of going to Marseille. He did that last season. And that's one of the reasons I feel the way I do about Fofana is because of the way he spoke about Marseille. And I understand that that's his town, his club. I don't care. You need to respect Chelsea when you are here. That's like me. Right, I'm from, I don't know. I work at a certain company. Yeah, just look at it like a normal job, because this is their job. Yeah, you work at a company, you move to another company, all right, and you've progressed up the ladder. And then when you're at this company where you're earning more money than you did before, you start saying how much you love this other place and how you'd be open to going there at some point in your career and how you love it. I just don't think, like players have said this before, but it was the way he said it. I think it was wrong. I think it was inappropriate. I think it was unprofessional. Fofana doesn't strike me as a professional. I'm not a fan of his character. I'm not a fan. And I'm not a fan of the fact that he's always injured. So, you know, for me, when you compile all those things together, he's got to go. But that won't happen this season. I appreciate that. Like, I'm not trying to force him out the door now. Oh, fucking hell. Am I at the bottom of the fantasy football? Goodness gracious. No way. Am I really? Where's the league? Don't tell me I'm at the bottom of the league. Leagues and cups. Oh God. Oh, I'm 52nd. I'm 50. Was it 56 or the hell? 50, 48, 48, 56. How the hell does that work? Well, I am right at the bottom of the league. That is incredible. Jesus, 56th place. Look at that. All these people. Jesus Christ. Who's top? Tester. Who's he got? Virgil, Aitnori, Kukurea, Cherky, Salah, Ekatike, Watkins, Grealish. Good one. I'll give you that. I did make some changes today. Just so you know, I did make some changes. So, in fairness, not everyone's played. Hang on a sec. Most of my team hasn't even played yet. I've still got Pickford, Kukurea, Palmer, João Pedro, Mateta, and Bruno Fernandes to play. So let's come off it a little bit. Let's come off it. What I will say is that, yes, I have made some changes. And if you look at my... How do I do it? Big team. This is what I've done. I took out Wits and I put Reinders. I took out Miley and I put in Semenyo. So this is my starting 11 for next week. I'm going to have Pickford, Cucurella, Gurhey, Maguire, Fernandez, Palmer, Rinders, Salah, Semenyo, João Pedro, Mateta. I think that's pretty solid, to be honest with you. Although I am very gutted that Mark Guiu is no longer. Well, he wasn't. He didn't play any minutes. He didn't play at all. You want to join the league? Well, you can, but you'll be a little bit behind. But we can do that. There's the code if you want to join. I'll put it in the chat. Click the link and you'll be in. If you want to join the fantasy football, you are more than welcome. Jesus, man. No need to spam. City absolutely clinical in how they recruit. Look at their new players today, are all signed very early in the window. It's no coincidence we need to get this Simmons deal done and prioritize the centre back then. I mean, you can't insinuate that we haven't done business early, because we have. We've got Asugo, we've got Esteval, we've got Santos. All deals that were done early. You could also say the same for Jamie Gittins, Delap, and João Pedro. We got those deals done, with plenty of time to spare. So I wouldn't really say that we're that bad in that respect. But I mean, you have to say City did look very clinical. They looked very good. And the Rinders, that midfielder, oh my God, he looked unreal. Seriously good footballer. Anselmino to play tomorrow. I don't know, to be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case. 12 is quite early. It is. But it depends how much you like having a drink. And also, I think it's for the tickets more than anything. That's what they want. They want fans to go in early so that they can have the tickets. But there'll be plenty of people who do go in early. I probably won't be one of them, to be honest with you, Michael. But I look forward to seeing you, mate. That will be good fun. We definitely need to sort out some sponsorship, but again, nothing to update on that respect. Well, when Colwell's fit, then you just have great depth. I mean, that's what any good team should have, good depth. And then serious injuries do happen, and that other player will come in and you'll still be strong as a team. So that's the reality. I am waiting for Chelsea to go to France. And looking, Alex, all veritably supporter of this club this season. Thank you very much, mate. Hey, just a big shout out to everyone. I just want to say massive shout out. On all platforms, we've got over 1,000 of you. We have over 800 on X, just under 200 on YouTube as well. Really appreciate everyone tuning in. It does make a difference. It does help. And I do appreciate it. So big up to you guys. And thanks so much for watching. A couple more minutes left. In the meantime, any questions you've got, let me know. I'll go through them. I'll see if there's any other updates. Quickly touch on. We have 146 likes on YouTube. Let's see if we can get up to 160, the magic 160. I mean, if you watch darts, I'd love 180, but hey, we can only dream of that one. One day maybe. Chelsea should sign Mark Gurhey because he's the most realistic option. He is realistic. I mean, there's got to be a reason that we're not. I guess the question is the profile, right? Is that the profile that Maresca wants? Because if Mark Gurhey is the same profile as Badiashile, the same profile as Fofana, again, we're not talking about injuries or anything like that. We're just talking about the style of play. He's clearly got the character to play for Chelsea, no doubt about that. Then, if he's not the right profile, there's no point of signing him because Maresca's complaining about something and then we're not even solving that problem. That's like me saying, The worst thing ever. I remember this when I was in America, when I was in Florida, before the quarterfinals against Palmeiras. I got really bad sunburn, and then it was my dad's birthday, and guess where he decided to go? To the beach. Really? I've just got some of the worst sunburn I've ever had in my life. I was lying in the bath in the cold water the whole night. I couldn't sleep. It was that bad. My chest, my belly, my back, my shoulders, my arms, I was fucked. Couldn't sleep. And he decides that he wants to go to the beach for his birthday. I thought, you bastard. You prick. Obviously, I went. I wasn't going to miss his birthday. And I ended up sitting under an umbrella the whole time with my shirt on, and people were going, Alex, why are you so grumpy? Why are you, what are you not enjoying the beach? For those of you who don't know, I don't like the beach anyway, even if I don't have sunburn. But I had the worst sunburn of my life. I don't even know why I'm talking about that. I do talk, mate. I do talk. I guess that's why you watch me, though. You wouldn't watch me if I was silent. So listen, if anyone wants a mute stream, you let me know. We can arrange that. That's not an issue. Do you think Esteval should and will start tomorrow? I don't think he should start. I don't think he will start. I think Pedro Neto starts. Yeah, I think Pedro Neto deserves to start. I think that he has been our best player in the Club World Cup. I think he's still been one of our top performers in pre-season. I think he's been great. So yeah, no complaints about no complaints about him whatsoever. Dean, I'm sure you know lots about Chelsea. You make your own channel, mate. I'm sure a lot of people watch it. But I appreciate you tuning in nonetheless. I mean, if you're asking me about Zola, I wasn't even born. So you know, I mean, I do know who Zola is. I was at his meet and greet about a year ago with Nina. And guess who we bumped into in the queue? We bumped into Astrid Brett. That was funny. I don't think Nina was very impressed. Listen, big up to all of you. Really appreciate your time. Smash that like button if you haven't already. I'm going to wrap up the stream there. I will be back tomorrow morning with the match day stream where we go through the lineup, our predicted 11. Who will start for Chelsea? Who's going to start for Palace as well? How are we going to play? And what the result will be as well. Really appreciate your time, guys. Catch up very soon.